Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah. Thank you for joining me today. Today I thought I would share this card with you using the fabulous Art in Bloom stamp set and hybrid embossing folder bundle. So this feels a little complicated, but I will try my best to explain. So this stamp set comes as part of a bundle with a set of dies, but also an embossing folder. I really like this idea. I think it's really cool, and it gives you, can you see, fabulous 3D embossed stamped die cut flowers that are just so fun. So I thought I would share with you exactly how I made this card today. It uses 3 colours, and I shared these over on my Instagram earlier in the week. And do follow me over on Instagram. I'm trying really hard to post on a sort of daily basis. I'm not there with stories yet, but one day maybe I might get there. But so this card uses Soft Succulent, Crumb Cake and Blushing Bride. My Instagram, by the way, because my brain keeps jumping about. My Instagram is Stampin' by Hannah, so exactly the same as this YouTube channel, my Facebook page, my blog. Everything is under the same kind of umbrella, if you like. And there is a link to my Instagram on my YouTube homepage. So, this stamp set is in the Stampin' Up annual catalogue for 2021. And it's on page 116, and I just think it's easily missed, and it shouldn't be. It should be like really up there, because it's such a pretty stamp set. But it's this bit that I think people kind of miss. It's the hybrid embossing folder bit. So you get, if you buy the stamp set, you just get the stamp set. If you buy the Bloom hybrid embossing folder, you get the dies and the embossing folder, which I think is really cool. So I thought I would. Let's get stamping. So, we have got, the other thing about this stamp set, it's photopolymer. It's 2 steps, so you can stamp the outline and then colour in with a solid image stamp as well. And it has some lovely fonts. And it's just really pretty. I really like it. So I'm going to get all of my stamps out first, then I can put the stamp case away and not worry again. So I need a load of blocks today, lots and lots of blocks for this one. So this is the stamp that we're going to use for those 3 flowers, and it does come as 1 stamp, and so this is block E, and it fits really nicely on there. But it die cuts as 3 separate images, so that's why you've got 3 kind of floral images to colour in. So I need a couple more blocks. There and there. Let's move these about. Do you ever do that where you just need to shuffle things a little bit to get them on the right block? So, first things first, I am going to stamp the kind of flower trio in Crumb Cake ink. And I consider doing this in Stamped Off, but I'm actually going to do it full strength. I've done the other one in full strength ink, and I quite like the look. But when you first do it, it's a bit like, oh, that's really dark. But Stampin' Up inks quite often kind of go a little bit paler as they dry. But I think as well with the Blushing Bride over the top, it has a really nice effect. So I'm going to ink up the solid flowers, and I'm going to lay them on the top. Now, you can see this flower stamp doesn't exactly match that flower stamp, but when you stamp them, it gives you that kind of watercoloured effect that's just really pretty. So that's the other one, and then this one here. There. And then I'm going to stamp the sentiment in Soft Succulent, which is the colour of cardstock I've got. And I have already, I've put these on blocks, but actually I've already gone ahead and stamped those. So I'm going to just trim off the flowers, and I'll die cut that bit separately in a second. So we have got the embossing folder, and then in the die set you've got the die that cuts those flowers out like that. You've got two lovely dies for sentiments. I'm going to use this one that looks a little bit like a ticket, and then you've got some leaves, more intricate leaves, and some flowers. But what's great about the leaves dies is that you get two, so you can you don't have to run through your machine as often to cut out those leaf stamps. So the special bit though is this embossing folder and this die. So you open your embossing folder up, you will see that this die fits in one spot in the embossing folder, and it sort of locks in. It doesn't fit. You can only put it on one side. It won't fit on the other side because the other side it's going to end up face down. It won't fit that way, so it has to go on this side, and it fits and locks in. There's no groove for it to slot into, but it does kind of fit around those flowers. And then I'm going to lay my flowers over the top, and I'm going to grab a piece of washi tape, because I'm going to washi tape this cardstock into place in a second. So if I then turn my embossing folder over and try to keep that die in place, which it does really well because it is locked, like I said, it is locked in. For all I have just dropped it. So there we go. It'll hold in place with the cardstock. You can then line your flowers up with the embossing folder like so. And I'm going to washi tape this into place. Not completely necessary, but because I need to move things around a little bit, I'm going to washi tape that in. So now I'm going to bring my die cut machine in. I use the Stampin Up Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine because I love it. To be honest, I do also own a Big Shot, but I actually much prefer this machine. It cut, for me personally, it cuts much better, and I like the storage element of the fact that it stores little, because you just fold the pieces up. The Big Shot is kind of, you're stuck, and it's huge and it's a bit awkward to store. This stores much better. The cut and emboss machine comes with all of your cutting plates that you need. So it comes with plate 1, and plate 1 has all your instructions for all your sandwiches on, so you can't lose your instructions because they're on the machine. And it also comes with a shim for your thin dies, 2 clear plates, and this plate here, which is the plate you need for 3D embossing folders, which is what we're going to use today. So I'm going to put that embossing folder into the machine with the edge, the folded edge of the embossing folder kind of facing into the machine, and then we're going to run it through. Like so. Just like that. And then, you see, you get 3 beautifully embossed and die cut flowers. Gorgeous. Love that. While I've got my embossing folder out, I'm going to pop my thin shim on and one of my clear plates. I'm going to take this die and run that through to die cut my sentiment. And I have one of the leaves left to cut out as well. So I'm just going to line up. These dies line up really, really nicely. I do use washi tape when I'm popping my dies onto my stamped images, purely for personal preference reasons. Really, I don't trust myself that my dies won't bounce about, so I washi tape them on. It also uses some washi tape, which I don't know about you, is something that I manage to hoard. I buy loads of and never use. So. Right, now it's a simple case of assembly. So I have got a card base of soft succulent cardstock and a piece of designer series paper. So a piece of Whistle White for the front, and then I have got a piece of designer series paper. Now this is from the Pansy Petals designer series paper pack. Now, if you're watching this video as it goes live out in July, Designer Series paper currently is on sale. So any Designer Series paper that's in this catalogue, and you can find them all in, what page is it? Page 130 for a few pages. So Beauty of the Earth is on sale, Bloom Where You're Planted. Expressions in Ink isn't because it's a specialist paper. Hand Penned, I believe, is. In Good Taste is. In the Wild is. Pansy Petals is. Simply Elegant isn't because it's specialty. Sweet Symmetry and Tidings of Christmas and You're a Peach. So it doesn't include the colour family papers, but all of the others that are not specialist. So if they've got any gold foiling on or anything like that, they're not included. But everything else, all the other papers are included in the Designer Series paper sale. They're all 15% off. So do grab them while they are on sale, though. It's a brilliant deal. So there are leaves on the other side, but I'm going to use this lovely sort of gingham print in that soft succulent colour. I posted actually a picture of a card that I made on last week's Friday video, and I posted it onto a Facebook group earlier in the week. I had a comment, a lovely comment that said, "Oh, I really like that the stamped image is the same colour as the cardstock." And for me, that is one of the things I just love about Stampin' Up. The fact that I can buy cardstock in soft succulent, I can buy Designer Series paper that matches, and I can buy ink that matches, and it all coordinates together. I love that. Absolutely makes crafting so stress-free. And let's be honest, that's why we craft, isn't it? We craft as a stress relief, or at least I do. So, popping that on there. And then I'm going to take two of these 3D flowers. I'm going to pop some seal on the back. And I'll pop that one there. And this one just here, like that. Then I need some Stampin' Dimensionals. I love these as well. I could rave about how much I love all the Stampin' Up products. It's a bit silly, really, yeah, because I tell you that I love them all, and I do. But it does mean that I end up repeating, I love this a lot, and it's just because I do. I really do. So I'm gonna pop this on, and I want it sort of like that. So I'm gonna put some dimensionals on this side of this flower. Now I'm gonna pop this up onto two dimensionals. So I've put two dimensionals down, and I'm going to layer another two on the top, just like that. And then I'm going to put one dimensional on this piece here, because I don't quite know it's going to go on the flower, but I do need an extra bit just to keep it upright. So pop that there. And then I've got 3 leaves. Oh, I did have, there we go. I'm going to pop some snail on those. Snail, seal even on those. Ooh. Just like that. And that is my really quite quick card using the Art in Bloom stamp set and hybrid embossing folder bundle. It's such a fabulously easy stamp set and die set to use, but I do think it looks complicated. It really, really isn't. I also love this colour combination of soft succulent, crumb cake and blushing bride, and I can guarantee I'll be using that one again. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Don't forget to check out my blog for all the details on that fabulous Designer Series paper sale. And I will see you again really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.